Good afternoon, family. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you are new here, my name is Jonathan, and I created this channel as a way to record my progress as I work towards my goal of losing 300 pounds in 3 years. If you'd like to join the family, hit that subscribe button down below. Also, click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I go live or post new videos. If you'd like to participate in on the discussion like Rick and Christy and Pretty Girl's mom here, hello everybody. I hope you're having a great day. You can join me most weekdays where I go live at 4 p.m. Central Time. Or outside of my live stream, you can consider reaching out to me through the Discord I created. There's a link for that down in the description below. Also, down in the description below, there's a link to a Pinterest board. A lot of times people ask what food that I'm eating to help lose weight or to on this diet. And that Pinterest board has a lot of our family's favorite whole food, plant-based meals. Today is day 724 of my 3-year challenge to lose 300 pounds. I've used a combination of extended water fasting and a whole food, plant-based, salt, oil, sugar-free diet to lose over 230 pounds. I have I'm coming up on the end of year 2. Next week will be the end of year 2. So I have about a year left on my 3-year challenge, and I'm very excited to reach my goal within the next year and then live the rest of my life at a healthy weight. If anybody has any non-scale victories they'd like to share, I'd love to hear your non-scale victories. If you have any on-scale victories, I love hearing about those as well. If you are struggling with sticking to a diet or staying on a diet, what's causing these struggles for you? If you're succeeding, let us all know what you're doing to succeed. I'd love to hear that as well. But at the end of the day, I think that the most important thing is what are you doing that's going to make staying on your diet easier than the alternative? So I'm going to go ahead, switch to the main. We got some comments here. Yes, hello everybody. Isabel says you saw me on Chef AJ. That's great. Chef AJ is a wonderful person, and she's been talking to me about maybe doing something with the weight loss summit that they do in February. So that would be great to be involved with that too, but we'll see how that pans out. Monique says, hi John, good luck on your weigh-in. I weighed in yesterday. Did I not change the title? I think I did. But yeah, I weighed in yesterday. I had a great weigh-in yesterday. I was 7 pounds down for the week, which is huge. But I did have the week before where I didn't lose any weight. So I'm kind of considering that 7 pounds kind of a 2 weeks worth of weight loss, even though it only showed up on the scale this week. Isabel says she's very excited to follow the journey. You feel motivated with my daily lives. That's awesome. That's what I was hoping for by doing these live streams, was to help motivate other people to keep doing it and to make it a priority. Like doing these live streams for me is a priority, so that making healthy choices becomes a priority. So thank you for checking out the videos. Amy saying hello. Bev says, hi everyone. It's bedtime in South Africa. Great bedtime story for you. Uplifting words from Jonathan. Sarasota, hi. And Monique forgot it was Thursday. Yes, it's Thursday. It's been a crazy day. Yes, thank you, Monique. I got to work this morning at 8 a.m. The first time I sat in front of my computer was 5 minutes before I started the live stream here. It has been just a crazy day. I've been working in the building. I had to go to another building that we've been trying to sell and deal with some things over there. And it's been just a wild and crazy day. Rick, I missed your comment. You said, gosh, you look really thin today. Well, I appreciate that. I feel thin. I've been feeling thin for the last couple weeks, which is kind of crazy. You mentioned my face, which is great. A weird thing that's happening, and this is could 100% be speculation. But when I've been outside the last couple weeks, I've really felt like I've had a lot of tension right here in my cheeks. And I can't figure out exactly what it is, but the best I can tell is it's because I'm squinting, like I'm holding my eyes up because of the brightness outside. And it just seems weird that I'm getting fatigue from it now, or I'm noticing it now. And the only thing I could kind of think of is that when I was at my heaviest, my face was already like bloated. So like I had fat that was helping block whatever I gained by squinting. But I just noticed that. But other things, my clothing has been feeling very loose, and I feel like my abdomen is like shrinking, which is incredible because my abdomen has been my biggest, I mean, if you look at the, this photo here, my abdomen is huge. So for me to feel like I have like thinness there is big. And then the other spot where I feel like I've noticed just in the last couple weeks that I feel like I've thinned out is in my quads or my upper legs. I just like, I was sitting wearing my pants, like with my feet up the other day. And I was like, God, my legs just look so narrow, and I think part of it is that any of the excess fat I have is hanging down. So my leg is narrower, but it's deeper, I guess. But it has been, it has been something that I've noticed the last couple weeks that I've been thinner there. The other, so I had a couple non-scale victories in the past week too that I hadn't mentioned that I wanted to. One of them was yesterday. I had to go to a bank to deal with some stuff for work. And we went into one of the bank employees' offices and had to sit down and fill out some paperwork. And they had a wooden chair that kind of had like a curved back, but it was solid wood sides. And for the last decade, at least, every time I've seen a chair that has like those fixed sides and then it kind of looks like an older chair, they're so narrow. And in the past, I absolutely hated anything that had, like a solid arm on it, because I couldn't sit like in the chair. I could sit on the chair. I could put like the edge of my backside on the edge of the chair, but then you end up with a lot of weight like on your feet when you sit that way, because you're almost like a squat, but the chair is holding your butt up. And I was in the office and I sat in the chair, and it was, I had room to move around inside the chair. I could kind of even lay back a little bit when we were waiting for her to do things. And I just thought of how much different that is. Like, just like the comfortability that I had in the chair changed, like I wasn't doing anything stressful. So it wasn't like that was a big thing. But the other places where I've had that happen, where it's been more stressful, is like if you go to a car dealership and you're in the loan officer's office and they have these chairs that are narrow and you get uncomfortable, but you're also dealing with a stressful situation of trying to purchase a car or work out a deal. And that can affect the whole experience, just the chairs they have. And I've heard things that they intentionally kind of put chairs that are uncomfortable in positions like that. So, but yeah, being able to sit in a chair and sit back and not feel like I'm going to break it or myself is amazing. Carrie's checking in saying hi. Hi, Carrie. And then Shy. Hi, how are you doing? Yes, 289. I had a great weigh-in yesterday. And it really, I haven't gone over the food yet, but I'm surprised I didn't gain weight after what I ate for dinner last night, but I'll go over that in a minute. The other non-scale victory that I wanted to talk about was kind of today and just all of today. But I was on my feet all day. My watch just told me I had hit like 7,400 steps for the day, which is pretty good for me to have that at this point. But I was on my feet. I had to get lifted up on a fork truck in this cage thing and worked on some stuff inside the building here. And then I had to go to another building, and I was working on a trailer like that you pull behind a pickup truck, that I had to work on the wiring of that. And I had to get on the ground and kind of sit on the ground and work on it. And I felt like I was back in high school. Like I felt like I had the mobility and the flexibility that I had when I was in high school, which coincidentally is pretty much the last time I ever weighed the weight that I am now. So that to me was a huge non-scale victory. So a couple things, because today was such a crazy day, I ended up eating my breakfast at about 12:30, and I still haven't eaten lunch yet, but I'm going to fix that in a minute. But we're going to real quick go over the food that I had yesterday. I ended up taking a ton of photos of my dinner last night because I just thought it was comical. I talked about that on whatever the night before last night was, that we had our polenta with the white beans and the mushroom. And Carrie, for the first time, made a double batch of the polenta and white bean. And so we ate about maybe a little over a single batch of it yesterday, but then we had the other for leftovers last night. And I didn't have lunch yesterday, so I was like, I'm gonna eat that. And so the container that had the polenta in it was in the fridge, so it kind of firmed up the polenta. And then there's also actually some of the mushrooms and white beans inside of the polenta too, but I put most of it on top there. And so it's like a big polenta cake what I got here. And I ended up heating it up, and that was my dinner last night, and I ate the entire plate of it, and it was amazing. But yeah, like I said, I took so many photos of it because I just thought it was hilarious how much food it ended up being. And then here is the clean plate after I got done eating last night. And then, so yeah, I had a huge dinner last night. This morning, we ended up having our oatmeal with bananas, and instead of apples, we actually have pineapple in it from this morning because we did not have any apples. But this was a really good oatmeal that we had again this morning. And then the last thing that I had for today is the rosemary and bake sweet potato casserole. And this is a photo of it because I had such a rush day. I haven't even eaten all of it. Here is the rest of it. It's not a very good, get you a good close up of it. So I'm going to eat the rest of that here. If anybody's got any questions, that would be a great time to ask them, because I'm hungry and I need to eat, and I figured why not eat now. But I am going to start with a little bit of a snack. I'm going to have, let me kill this so my internet goes back to working like it's supposed to. Let me see. That's off there, and we'll hit stop there. So, but I'm going to eat an orange first because I want an orange. gosh, I kind of talked about everything real quick before I was even with those non-scale victories. I should have waited till after and talked about them now, but it was pretty interesting with the getting down on the ground today. I think that was really the thing that uh, blew me away, I guess, the most is that the how I was able to get on the ground and like sit down with my knees bent, or kind of just overall the feeling of um just being comfortable on the ground and being able to get up easy, and those things are just, you take it for granted. But when you get up to 500 pounds, it gets tough to do those things, especially multiple times. Like I might have gotten on the ground to do something, but then to get back up, it would have taken a lot of effort. So I probably would have had somebody else go get something for me instead of me having to get up. Um, Shy says that they love polenta. Yeah, I've been loving the polenta too. Um, Harry says she's been keeping fruit on the break room table at work, and she spotted somebody eating some today. I don't, I don't think they'll all be vegan soon, but we might get them to eat a little bit healthier diet, and that would be great. So, um, but yeah, it definitely, um, that's part of that kind of in a way, but things you're doing that make staying on your diet easier than the alternative. But like somebody was eating fruit because it was available, and we've made it available. Prior to us being in here, they've had potato chips and they've had, granola bars, things like that. And that's what people grabbed because that is what was available. But when you have things like these oranges available, people are going to pick them up. And they're really good right now. So they're definitely in season. It's kind of crazy. Oranges seem to have multiple seasons every year. I imagine it's just the different places where they get the oranges from have different, the seasons end at different times. But I really like these oranges. So um, the food I have here, it's the rosemary and bake sweet potato casserole, but I don't think so it calls for tahini, and that's why I haven't eaten it so very much in the past few weeks, is because I've been kind of avoiding tahini. Um, I think that what this has in it is a sesame seed sauce that Carrie had made in it. So that is going to be a little bit higher in calorie density. There's not a lot in the dish itself. It could definitely be creamier than I have it at. Rick says that oranges are in season in Florida now, and he loves them. Yeah, they've been great. I really like the smaller, the I don't even know, the cuties. I think this is what these were. The seedless. They're so easy to peel. I can remember being a kid trying to peel an orange and having to get a spoon out of the drawer just to get the skin off, and having a thick out of the side. So Carrie said that she made her own tahini out of sesame seeds, is pretty much. And that she likes the meal better with a little bit of the sauce. And it is definitely better with the sauce. I mean, that's what the sauce, but I've eaten it without the sauce and I have enjoyed it. So I'm going to take a bite of it here. I gotta maybe carry. There's definitely like a rosemary or something in this. It's got a very distinct taste, and it really makes the dish taste amazing. But I'm not exactly sure what it is. But it's definitely one of the seasonings that's in it that has a very distinct taste to it. That, but yeah, it's been such a day. I'm so like so last night I had that huge dinner, And this morning I got up, I headed to work, and Carrie actually works in the office with me now. And so I had planned on bringing the oatmeal in with me, and then I forgot it. So then Carrie brought it when she came into the office. Our Tiny Acres hugs back. I hope you're having a great day. So she brought the oatmeal in, and I was in the middle of a project in the back working on it, and she came and reminded me once or twice that the oatmeal was there, and I didn't end up eating until after 12, or after like around 12:30, and I was like, I needed to eat. Like I finished the project, and it was kind of I was dealing with electrical, and there was a little bit of a mental aspect of figuring out the logistics of things. But I was just so like exhausted that I was like, I gotta go eat. Like I was like, I'm not doing anything else until I go eat. And so like I stopped and I went and I ate, and I felt so much better after eating. But it was it was kind of crazy that I was so fatigued by 12:30 after it. Carrie says that there's a funny story here about the food. So she had switched the caps of the fennel and the thyme on your spice drawer, and you did not realize that until after you dumped the fennel into that dish, and you scooped out what you could. So yes, it's the fennel then. Yeah, okay. So it does definitely have a little bit different taste to it. It's pretty funny. You got to keep those caps straight, but it has a very strong fennel taste to it. That's awesome. So the Tennyson Yoga Girl says, lately you've been enjoying homemade soup made with butternut squash, carrots, onions, water, or veg broth and lentils. It's so flavorful and filling. Great as leftovers too. Yeah, soups can be really awesome. And there's, been studies that have talked about the benefits of eating soup, or starting your meal with a soup to help reduce the volume of food that you eat the rest of the day. But yeah, there was the soup that we had not long ago was a barley soup that I'm looking forward to us having that again. The one you made last night with the butternut squash sounds amazing too. Penny Ann says, hi, you're a new subscriber friend. You just watched my stream with Chef AJ. That's awesome. Thank you. And you loved my food. Great ideas. Yes, absolutely. I wasn't sure what to do on Chef AJ's show, and I talked a little bit about it on stream prior to the stream itself, but I know that Chef AJ really likes having people on cooking food and doing like food demos. And she had actually mentioned that she'd like to, that it'd be great if I would do, when we were first scheduling the appearance, to do one of the dishes that I had mentioned in the first time I was on her channel. And logistically, I just couldn't work it out to be on her show at kind of that normal time. And then Carrie, my wife, was out of town. And so I was taking care of our 4 kids at night. So I couldn't really do it at night, because that would have been the easiest thing for me to do, is just to do it in the afternoon. So yeah, no, so I decided, I'll just take a bunch of photos from the food that I had from the past couple months and just kind of made a collage and went over it. It was, I didn't have anything prepared, like what I was going to say for each photo. So I did feel like I was kind of rambling a bit, but I think that it came off pretty well. Let's see. Our Tiny Acre says that you need to make your soups less thick, but when you do, you always want crackers. Yeah, I'm a big thick soup guy too. I mean, and that's something where I say things like I'm a big soup guy, but 2 years ago I would have said I'm a big meat guy, or yeah. So things change the more you try things, and salads are the same way. I was a person that wouldn't eat salads. Now I like the salads that we have. Um, but when it comes to soups, I definitely am more of a, like a chowder, chili kind of thick soup guy. And I used to dump, when we would have like a chicken noodle soup, half a sleeve of saltine crackers in it, or the oyster crackers, a bunch of, handful or two of oyster crackers in there just to thicken it up. And now I haven't had a cracker in like years. Yeah. Um, or yeah, at least that kind of cracker. It's been a while. So, um, yeah, that is uh, uh, the way I am with that too. But yeah, so the Chef AJ, it went great. And I got a bunch of people that started following me just recently because of that appearance. So I appreciate everything that she's been, that she's done for me, and what I had written it to her, I guess, initially, but um, I really have to, like Chef AJ is a huge reason why I have found the success I found. Um, when I started this channel, I had no idea how I was going to eat. And because she had taken the time to record the audiobook for The Pleasure Trap, that made that accessible for me. Because if it would have just been the print version where I would have had to have read the book, I don't think I would have done it. I don't know, but I don't think I would have read it if that was the only option I had for listening to The Pleasure Trap. But because it was on Audible, I was able to download the book, and I loved it. Like everything really resonated with me that they were saying, and I really liked a lot of the things they talked about, the social aspects of it, and things, dieting, and so that that alone was a huge reason, like that I'll be forever grateful to Chef AJ for what she's been doing. But then also that, her allowing me to share my story on her channel a couple times. And, it also has helped a lot, because this channel, my channel, is, a huge part of my success as well, because of the accountability I have. I want to get on here and make sure that I'm doing things the best way possible for me, and that I'm sharing it with you guys, or the public, um, because I think that it's important for people to see all of the process. Many times you can get on YouTube and look up videos of people who have already succeeded, and they talk about all the things that they did right, but they don't necessarily talk about everything that went wrong. And it's because it's hard to remember everything over the course of however long it takes you to lose the weight. And so with this channel, I felt like if I shared, kind of a daily update on how things were going, that you would see, at the time when I started, it was, you'll see all my successes. But now that I'm 2 years in, you've seen my successes and you've seen some of my failures too. And that's, the way it's going to be for everybody. I would be really interested to meet somebody who says they started eating this way and they've been perfect since they started. I don't know that it's even possible. But for the first 300 days, I could say I was perfect, but at that point that changed. And now I'm trying to get another, run of perfect days. And I'm hoping to make this run of perfect day, years and years long. It just was, I had to go through some of my experiences last summer or last year, in order to learn what I know now and to get things right. Like it's for you to expect to go from doing everything wrong, or for me to expect to go from doing everything wrong, because it's what I was doing. I was doing everything wrong. To eating this way, and to go from doing everything wrong to trying to do everything right. It's a long road. And the things that happened last year helped convince me that this way of eating is the way of eating that I need to do to lose weight. There may be other people that can have a vegan pizza once a week or have some sort of processed foods, every now and then. But for me, it's just better to eat this way. I get satisfied by the amount of food I get, and I'm not, I'm doing great. But the overall, it's just been incredible this past 2 years, and it's so hard, like, because I had expectations of myself, but I was also, I guess, I realized that if I didn't push myself to do this for 3 years, that it would only last as long as the first diet did. If I hadn't to push myself to do this for 3 years, at that point when I broke, or the diet at 330 days, that might have been when things went completely off the rails, or they might have gone off the rails more than they did. But because I had that goal of doing it for 3 years, that really helped. And I guess I was talking about like the other channel, like people sharing their stories and just seeing, the success story. But like I said, there's a lot that goes behind that success. And so that was a big part of this channel. It's a bit dry, especially when it cooled down. That's weird. The camera just went dark. What if it was my cup? It's screwing with the lighting. That's weird. What if I did that? It's so weird. That cup, the color of the cup or something was, I don't know if you guys could tell, but on my end, it definitely made the screen darker. Gosh. I think I'm gonna finish the rest of this off stream, because it's gonna be a pain for me to try to eat that while I'm streaming. It's not as easy as the stuff I ate. I can't remember what I ate last time I was on stream. Maybe Spanish rice and beans or something, but this is a little bit drier. So today's Thursday. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm planning on going live tomorrow. I should be live tomorrow. I really, appreciate all of you guys coming on and giving me words of encouragement and really supporting this channel and what I'm doing. And so I appreciate all of you guys incredibly. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, get subscribed to the channel. If you haven't clicked on the bell icon, click on the bell icon so you get alerted when I post new videos or I go live. And if you haven't hit the thumbs up, hit the thumbs up on the video. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. If you haven't started your diet yet, get started right now. There's no reason to wait. There's nothing coming up that's more important than your health and your overall well-being. Nobody who reaches their goals looks back and says, I wish I would have waited, or I'm so glad I waited. Everybody who reaches their goal looks back and says, what was I thinking? Why didn't I start sooner? And I will forever say that as well. I wish I would have started the first time I saw I was over 500 pounds. I would be 6 months further along than I am now. So get started now, guys, and you have a great evening.